Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is a little video that I'm going to be making for a review for Chapter 1. I have a tendency to try and do these videos every now and then. They are strictly to help you. This does not replace asking questions in class, so please feel free always that if you have any questions to ask, that's what I'm here for. Okay, so here we go. We're going to take a look at our Chapter 1 review. Helps if I click the pen. And here we go. Use number line to order the real numbers. Okay, we have ourselves here a number line. 0 is in the middle. Okay, now we're going to take what we have over here and place them accordingly. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and say -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. -8's all the way back here. Okay, that takes care of this one. -2/3 is greater than -1, so it's going to be roughly right around here. Okay, 5 is obviously over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Now, square root of 5. You can gladly, and I'm going to show you guys this as well, use a calculator. You can turn it on. Okay. Sorry for the glare there. Hit second square root, which is right down here on the x squared button, and hit 5. And it gives you 2.236. So I know it's a little bit after 2. 1, 2, so right around here, square root of 5. One more thing you could do, think to yourself, perfect squares. The square root of 4 is 2. The square root of 9 is 3. 5's between those two, or the square root of 5 is between those two, so obviously it's going to be between 2 and 3. Okay, very good. Number 2. Select and perform an operation to answer the question. What's the sum of 25 and -8? Sum is addition. 25 plus -8, I'm going to spend a whole lot of time on that. It's 17. Alright. Gladly use a calculator if you need to, but I think you guys are alright with that. What's the difference of 26 and -9? Difference is subtraction. Important to go in the correct order. First number goes first, second. Okay, because it does make a difference. Your signs will be off. 26 minus -9 is 26 plus 9. 34. Oops, sorry, 35. Okay, very good. Product of 4 and -2. Product is multiplication. Multiply them together, we get -8. And lastly, quotient of 6 and -1/3. When you divide by a fraction, you flip it and turn it into multiplication. So 6 times -3/1. 6 times -3 is just -18. Alright. One more quick side note. If at any point during this video I go too fast, please pause it and just re-watch it. Okay? Or again, ask me a question in class. I'm trying to get as much as I can because these videos can only be 15 minutes long, and I don't want to make 100 videos for one little worksheet. Evaluate the expression. Okay, we're going to be taking a look at PEMDAS. If it helps, write it down. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. So -3 minus 6 divided by 2. I'm going to do this first. Okay, -6 divided by 2, which gives me -3. Okay, so now we go across. -3 minus 3 is -6. Minus 12 is -18. Just a quick to show you guys this. Alright, because I do encourage you. -3 minus 6 divided by 2 minus 12. Okay, it does it for you. One nice thing about the calculator is that if you type in exactly as you see it, which I'm going to show you for the next one, it does order of operations for you. -5 divided by 1 plus 2, parentheses 7 minus 10 squared. Your parentheses buttons are right here. Okay, enter, 13. Alright. For problems like this, if I stayed on a test or quiz, please show work. Obviously show work, but again, use calculators. They're going to greatly help you out. 3C, 7x squared minus 3x minus 8x cubed when x is -1. Plug this in. Alright. -1 squared is +1. -3 times -1 is +3. And then over here, -8 showing out front. -1 cubed stays -1. One last little cleanup. We got 7 plus 3 plus 8 because negative 8 times negative 1 is positive 8. 7 and 3 is 10, plus 8, 18. Cool. Okay, and lastly, 3ab squared plus 5a squared b minus 1. Alright, when a is equal to 2, b is equal to negative 2. So 3, 2, negative 2 squared plus 5, 2 squared, negative 2 minus 1. Alright. 3 times 2 is 6. Negative 2 squared is 4. 6 times 4 is 24. 2 squared is 4. 5 times 4 is 20. 20 times negative 2 is negative 40. Minus 1. 24 minus 40 is negative 16. Minus 1 is negative 17. Alright. Good. Simplify the expression. Okay, negative 3x cubed plus 3x squared minus 3x cubed minus 4x squared. We always want to combine like terms. Okay, I do the underline thing. Some people like to do like boxes, triangles, highlighters, whatever works for you is great. Negative 3x cubed minus 3x cubed is not 0, but negative 6x cubed. Okay? 2x squared minus 4x squared is minus 2x squared. Now, you might be inclined to want to try and do something else with that, but we're done. Okay? X cubes and x squareds are different. Keep them separated. Alright? Part B, before we can get to it, we're going to have to do distribute. So, 4a minus 4b plus 10a plus 15b plus 5b. Okay? Combining like terms. So again, I'm going to underline some things here. 4a plus 10a is 14a. Negative 4b plus 15b is 11b. Plus 5b is 16b. Cool. Alright. Getting to solving some equations. 2x, number 5, part A. 2x plus 3 equals 7. An equation is a balance. What you do to one side, you do to the other. So minus 3 minus 3. 2x equals 4. Divide by 2. X equals 2. There we go. If you'd like to, you can always plug it back in. 2 times 2 is 4. Plus 3 is 7. Bingo. Alright. Over here, adding 1.8 to both sides gives us, let's see, 3.6, 4.6. 4.6 divided by 2.3 is a nice answer of 2. Okay, and again, you can check it, plug it back in. If you do 2.3 times 2 is 4.6 minus 1.8 will get you 2.8. Part C, distribute in 6a plus 21 equals 5a plus 22. I'm going to subtract 5a over. So I got a plus 21 equals 22. One last thing here, subtract 21 from both sides. Oops, a equals 1. Okay? Sorry for the glare. And then part D here, we're looking at fractions, which I know everybody loves. You can get a common denominator. There are multiple ways to do this. I like to find a common denominator and multiply through by it. So between 5 and 3, it's 15. I'm going to multiply every one of these terms by 15. Now check this out. 15 times 1/5 becomes 3, so I get 3x. 15 divided by 3 is 3. 15 times 2/3. 15 divided by 3 is 5, times 2 is 10. 15 times 2/5. 15 divided by 5 is 3, times 2 is 6. 15 times negative 1/3 is negative 5. Now, the reason I like doing that is because now I have a problem that has no fractions whatsoever, and I can kind of just do what I did before. Subtract 3x, subtract 3x. 10 equals 3x minus 5. Add 5 over. Divide x equals 5. Okay? Very good. Part 6, solve for y. This is a skill as the year goes on that you're going to all need to get very comfortable with. Okay, so please don't fight this one especially. 2x plus y equals 8. I want y by itself. I'm going to subtract 2x over. I'm keeping things separated. You gotta keep them separated. Great Offspring song, by the way. I'll probably play it in class a few times. There we go. Y equals negative 2x plus 8. All good. Okay. Oop. I'm blowing up over here. Part B, same idea. Let's get y by itself. So I'm going to add 5x over. You notice I have a tendency to put the x's first on the right side. That's because it falls in the form of slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. Check that out later. Divide everything by negative 2. There we go. Okay. All right. Part C, I'm going to bump 2y over first, just because it just reduces one step. Subtract or divide everything by 2. Y equals 2x plus 3. And lastly, 2/3 x minus 3/4 y equals 6. Again, I'm going to use my trick of multiplying through by a common denominator, which is 12. That ends up giving me, let's see here, 12 times 2/3 is 8x. 12 times negative 3/4 is 9y. Subtract 8x over. Divide everything by negative 9. And there we go. Y equals 8/9 x minus 2/3. If you really like to give it to me as a decimal, I understand that. I will encourage you guys continuously to use improper fractions, because as you get to pre-calc and higher up, you do have a tendency to use fractions more. So I'm trying to get you guys ready for math in the future. Okay? Just 2 more problems for this first video. Solve the formula for the indicated variable. This is basically the same thing. It's kind of jumping off of the previous one. Simple interest, solve for r. I want r by itself. It's as simple as it sounds. Divide both sides by divide both sides by pt. So r equals I divided by pt. I'm trying to jump ahead of myself. That's why you always take your time when you're doing math. Now I have r by itself. All I did there was divide both sides by the variables, and everything's separated because everything's different. So for part B, solve for rhombus, area of a rhombus, solve for d sub 1. I'm going to get rid of this 1/2 by multiplying both sides by 2. So 2a equals d sub 1, d sub 2. Now if I want d sub 1 by itself, divide both sides by d sub 2. So I get d sub 1 equals 2a over d sub 2. Okay? Again, I know variables in mathematics are a little bit frustrating. Just take your time with them, keep them separated, think about apples and oranges, so on. Whatever may help. Now, I'm going to make a bunch of these videos, okay? Please feel free to watch them at your own, leisure. If they benefit you, great, okay? Again, one last little encouragement. Please feel like you can always ask me questions in class. That's what I'm here for. And as always, good luck. We are all counting on you.